What's up, everybody? It's Zach, the Celtics guy here, and I'm back with another video, and it's another one of those walk and talk videos before I go to work. It's around 6 a.m. my time, and I have work in a couple of hours, and I'm just doing my daily routine of exercise, including my very early routine of exercise before I go into work. So this is like a really enjoyable time where I can just walk outside by myself and there's like nobody else around, and I can just walk and process my thoughts and stuff like that. So it's a very relaxing time for me, even though I really can't stand getting up this early in the morning for work, but that's besides the point. So anyway, hope everyone's doing well out there. And so I figure this would also be a good time to make another video for you guys. So I wanted to get on here and talk about something that's been on my mind for quite a while, but I didn't really know how to process it because I don't know how popular or unpopular of an opinion this is. And it isn't really about caring about what people think, but more or less, I did want to get on here and discuss this one thing in particular. So a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the U.S. state of Virginia is pretty damn strict on speeding. Based on some of the research I've done, just research on just like topics in general, like laws in general, legal stuff, because that stuff is like a big interest of mine. I studied law in college, but then I also studied psychology and mental health, and I gravitated towards that more so. And so I kind of got more into that, so I took that while I was in college. So I did that, and then, so I've been very interested in like law and legal stuff, so I thought that's always like an interesting thing of mine. So while I did that, I studied about the stuff in Virginia, and it's pretty damn easy to get charged with reckless driving in Virginia. It takes going 80 miles an hour or more to be charged with reckless driving. They recently raised the threshold of reckless driving to 85 because a lot of Virginia highways have 70 mile an hour speed limits, so like it only takes, in that other case, it would only take 10 miles over that limit to get charged with reckless driving, which a lot of people saw as extreme. But but to be fair, the reason why it was the reckless driving threshold in Virginia ever became 80 was because a lot of speed limits back then were only 60 or 65. And generally speaking, any speed of 15 miles over the limit is usually considered reckless driving in most places. Some it's 20 over, some it's more, it just depends. But that was really the reason why. They raised the speed limit to 70 on some like very rural highways in Virginia like in 2010. But they left that threshold alone, so it's like, oh, anyone that gets charged with going like 10 or 11 over can still be charged with reckless driving. Now, here's my thought on that whole thing. I'm not really opposed to it. And this might be an unpopular opinion, but at the end of the day, I really don't give a shit. I mean, if you disagree with me, that's totally fine, but this is just my opinion. But to be fair, it's not that extreme if you really think about it, and here's the reason. Okay? You want to get down to, okay, we've all gotten speeding tickets back in the day, right? Okay, we've all gotten a speeding ticket. I've gotten a speeding ticket before. My grandfather's gotten a speeding ticket. My mom's gotten a speeding ticket. Like, a lot of people. I've had teachers that have gotten speeding tickets. We've all been there and done that, right? Okay. But, like, to be honest, going 80 miles an hour really isn't safe. Okay, and look, like, I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but it's the God's honest truth. Because a lot of people think, oh, well, if I go just 10 over, that's going to be... Well, okay, here's the thing. Number one, you're not even supposed to be going 10 over the limit to begin with. That's number one. And number two, the speed limit is already 70, so you're already going fast enough. Maybe a couple miles over, they ain't gonna bother. 75 probably won't bother. You go more than that, they're probably gonna give you a ticket. So yeah, when you hit 80, that's a start for reckless driving. It's a start. So where's it going to start? Where's it going to end? 90 miles an hour? 100 miles an hour? 120? 150? Like, where the fuck is it going to start? You know, it's like, they probably think, okay, well, 80 miles an hour is a start of what, you're starting to get into that gray area of what is considered reckless. And it is. Okay, like I'm not saying every person who goes 80 miles an hour ever, because we've been there. I know I've done it several times, but luckily I don't live in Virginia. I live in Massachusetts. But, you know, a lot of states have absolute speed limits. Massachusetts, I don't think does, except in some places like school zones and residential areas. But, you know, where my boyfriend lives, Indiana, they have an absolute speed limit law. People think, oh, the speed limit's 70, so that means I can go like 80. Like, no, that's not really what it means. Indiana has an absolute speed limit law, and I've been there several times. You know how fast I go on their highways at 70? I go about that, maybe 72, 73, 75 at the most. If you think I'm going to go 10 over in an absolute speed limit state, that's, no. I mean, no, it's just not going to happen. Like, you're already going fast enough anyway. So it's like you're fucking pushing it. You're fucking pushing your luck. You're just like, you're pushing your luck. And not only that, the faster you go, the more than likely you're going to get into an accident, and the more likely you're going to get killed, if not seriously injured. Because even at 70 miles an hour, you can be killed. Like, there's a very high chance you'll be killed for going that fast. 60, you'll be killed, more than likely. 65, okay? 80 miles an hour, you're probably not going to survive. The chances of surviving an 80 mile an hour car crash is very slim. There's probably like there's like a 25% chance you'd survive a 70 mile an hour car crash. The chances of surviving a 80 mile an hour car crash is probably like 15%. Chances of surviving a 100 mile an hour car crash is probably less than 5%. Okay? The faster you go, you have less of a stopping distance, so that means that if there's something in front of you, like say if somebody makes a lane change, someone's not paying attention, there's a pothole, okay, there's someone else that pulls out in front of you, okay, there's a lot of fucking dumbasses on the roads, okay? And the faster you go, there's less time, less stopping distance for you to be able to stop and make an erratic move. Okay? So, in a way, I agree with 80 being the reckless driving threshold. In a way, I agree. I kind of do in some cases, yes. That might be an unpopular opinion, like I said, but in all honesty, like I said, the faster you're going, the more than likely you're going to kill somebody or kill yourself or kill someone else. So yes, 80 is reckless driving. But I've also read that they don't put you in jail for going 80 unless you have like a very bad driving record, or you are going like 80 in a place where the speed limit is less than 65. So like if you're going 80 and a 60 or 80 and a 55, and even that is fucking ridiculous. Or 75 and a 55. Like, okay, reckless driving in Virginia is going 20 over or more any speed limit, or going 80 miles an hour or more anywhere else, regardless of the speed limit, even if it's 70. You know, I mean, in a way, it's not that extreme, because if the speed limit's 70, you're already going fast enough, okay? Yeah, maybe they might let you a couple miles over, 72, 73, maybe 75. But you're already going fast enough. So don't give me this bullshit that like, oh, well, just 10 over the limit is going to make me charged with reckless driving. Okay, well, you're not supposed to go 10 over the limit anyway. In all honesty, you're not even supposed to be going that fast. They probably put it at 70 to think, okay, we'll make it, everybody is already going 70, 75, so we'll just make it that way, right? It's like, they probably did it for that reason, but no, everybody wants to push the limits and think, oh, we got this cushion. Oh, if it's 70, that means we can go like 80 or 85 or whatever. Like, no, that's not what it fucking means. Okay, I'm not a speed limit absolutist. I'm not a pussy. I'm not this pussy that thinks, oh, everyone that drives fast is fucking blah, 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 is a dangerous person. No, I'm just saying that I'm all for it. I'm all for, oh, let's drive a little faster and have fun and whatever. But here's the thing. When you're driving a car, you're driving a deadly weapon. You're driving like a 3,000, 4,000 pound weapon. Okay? And the faster you go, the more likely it's going to be that you cannot survive a crash. The longer it's going to take for you to stop. So there's a lot of factors that come into play about that. There's a lot of different things. Okay? And if you go 100 or more in Virginia, you're more than likely to go to jail. And for good reason. You should. You hit triple digits, that's criminal. They even put you in jail for going 90. Which, well, I got a ticket for that back in the day, but yeah, that's a whole nother story. But, hey, it was 2 years ago. I wasn't in a very good state of mind back at that time. We've all been there. We've been there, done that. But yeah, I've sped that fast back in the day, but I learned a lot from it. I learned it wasn't safe. It wasn't a safe thing to do, and it's not. Okay? It's just like you don't survive at those speeds in a crash. You just don't. So they raised the threshold to 85 because they think, okay, 15 over in a 70 would be reckless driving, right? And a lot of that's probably why they did it. They probably made it a little bit better. They made it better to where, okay, if it's this, then that's how it's going to be. They think, okay, well, usually 15 over is the reckless driving threshold, not 10 over. So in most places, so let's make it 15 to make the threshold 85. Which, yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, even 85 is ridiculous. You can't survive at that speed either. In a car crash, you just don't. People, it's all about the stopping distance. It's about the chances of surviving if you do crash. Crashes happen every single day. Okay, and there's a lot of other acts that constitute reckless driving. Driving too fast for weather conditions. Yeah, I agree with that too. You're driving too fast, you're going the speed limit when it's very rainy or snowy or out. Yeah, that is reckless. You're supposed to, common sense, you're supposed to go slower when it's raining or foggy out or snowy or icy out. Aren't you? That's common sense to go slower. If you're going the speed limit, you're technically speeding, and that's reckless. Because going too fast in the conditions, going the speed limit in like less than ideal weather conditions is reckless. Because that increases your chances of getting into an accident. You speed in the rain. Your car could hydroplane and crash into another car. Okay, that's reckless. Other things would be like passing someone on a double yellow line or, like there's another, there's a bunch of different things. So, just my message out there to people is just drive safely. Just drive safely. It's never worth it. It's really never worth it. Okay? And to be fair, yes, speeding might get you to your destination a little bit faster, but not that much. Okay? So I'm just advocating for safe driving out there. That's really all I'm trying to do. Okay? Yeah, like the 80 miles an hour being reckless driving which might seem ridiculous to some people, but in a way it makes sense. Okay? I look at that with a grain of salt, just like I do with everything else, mostly. So let's just take it that way, and let's just advocate for safe driving and just have people drive safely. I know that's asking a lot, because a lot of people that have their fucking licenses out there shouldn't have their fucking licenses. So that's my message. A lot of people out there shouldn't, because it's so easy to get your license. That's why in Germany, in many parts of Europe, they have higher speed limits, or in Germany's case, they don't have speed limits on some parts of their, like the Autobahn and all that. But that's because in Germany, it's very hard to get your license. It's very tough. And not only that, they have the strict left lane hog law, where the left lane is strictly for passing only. Those people are fucking reckless. Okay, hogging the fucking left lane with other cars that want to go by you, who have other places to be, that's also reckless. You should be fined up the ass for it. Those are the people that are just as dangerous as speeders. Fucking high speeders. It's not acceptable. That's why Germany has lower road fatalities than the US. And they can have higher speed limits or no speed limits. And they have safer roads in the process. That's the reason. So my message out there is just drive safe. Okay? yeah, we all speed, we've all sped back in the day, but at the end of the day, people, it's not really worth it. I mean, is it worth getting into an accident? Is it worth killing yourself or somebody else? Is it really worth it at the end of the day? No. Just because you need to get somewhere faster? No. Unless it's like a legitimate emergency or something, then yeah, I can understand. A lot of cops will just be like, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, I've been there, done that. I mean, think about it. Like if my lover, my boyfriend, if he, like even if he had like a bad cut on him, and he needed to get to the doctor, I'd be fucking speeding 100 miles an hour. I'd be doing the same thing. Oh my God, I would have put my life on the line for my baby. I would. I'd put my life on the line. I'd go fucking 80. Okay, fine. Give me the reckless driving ticket. I don't give a shit. Give me the reckless driving ticket. It's worth it. Like if my boyfriend was in a legitimate emergency, like I swear to God, I'd be fucking barreling assing down the fucking highway at 150 to get my baby to the hospital if he needed to be. So I would do anything for him. I would do anything. If one of my best friends or my family members were, yeah, that's understandable. But if you're just going super fast just because you think it's cool, like, no, it's not cool. Okay, yeah, driving a little bit fast is cool. Like, oh, driving 80 miles an hour on like an empty road at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that might be a lot of fun. And no, you're not an existential threat. But when you're going like super fast in the middle of the day, it's not worth it. Or driving super fast in a residential area, road work, construction, school zones. Those are the areas, and by the way, people who speed in work zones deserve to go to jail. Because in that case, you're endangering the lives of government workers. You speed in the school zone, you're endangering children. In those cases, you deserve to go to fucking jail, right on the spot for that. So, that's my message to everybody out there. Let's all just drive safe, let's do our part, and let's not endanger other people's lives. Like, let's all come together and drive safely at the end of the day. And that's my message to everybody out there, because I want my fans, my loved ones to be safe out there. And, you know, like, I'm just advocating for safer driving, like, from, like, my past experience of speeding and all that. I'm just saying, people, it's never worth it. It's never worth the hundreds of dollars in fines. It's not worth it. Yeah, I paid a couple $100s in fines and went to driving school for it, but you know what? I learned from it, and I never did it again. I'm not in a position where I'm in a better place now, and I'm not in a position to go that fast because I don't need to be. I'm never in a rush to go anywhere that fast. I was in a rush to get to my fucking ex because I knew my ex would be bitching out his ass if I didn't get somewhere on time. Why do you think I broke up with them? Well, it was for that and multiple other reasons, but that's a whole nother story for another day. So, I'm in a better place now. I don't speed. I'm not in a position where I'm in a rush to get anywhere that quickly, unless it's some kind of an emergency, or maybe like, oh shit, I'm 10 minutes late for work. Fuck, what do I do? You know, something like that, yeah. But not like, oh, I gotta get somewhere because of that. No. What does my boyfriend want me to do? He would want me to get to him, but get to him safely. Because he's a reasonable person. My ex was not a reasonable person. He was a fucking asshole. But anyway, I'm not going to get off onto that. That's a whole nother story. But, you know, just everybody just stay safe out there. And, you know, just everybody just stay safe out there, drive safely, and just let's all just do our part and make our roads safer. We need to make our roads safer. We really do. We need to do our part in keeping everyone safe and keeping ourselves safe. So that's my message for the day. So anyway, I'm going to cut it here. I'm almost back to my car, and I also want to end the video before my battery dies, because my phone is not exactly good on battery life, especially filming this for 18 minutes, and it's kind of chilly out, and you know how the fucking iPhones are in the cold. Anyone who has an iPhone knows exactly what I'm talking about. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you all enjoyed my video from last night. I know a lot of people enjoyed that. I know a lot of you enjoy my videos, and I thank you for the support. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you to all of you. I love all of you. I love my fan base. You all know who you are. Space Voyager, Alec, especially my boyfriend, Jesse Jethro. You all know who you are. I love you guys. I really do. And I appreciate all your support. I really do. It means the world to me. So, hope you all stay safe. Hope you're all doing well out there. Hope you all had a great Easter. Hope you all continue to enjoy the spring and the nicer weather coming out. And I will be back with more videos and more content in the works. Stay tuned to find out more and more videos on the way. I also have some other topics in the works that I'm also going to discuss. I might also uncover the full record of Tim Hulskamp, the bigoted homophobe from Kansas that I was talking about yesterday. And I'll be doing that and a whole bunch of shit in the works. Stay tuned. This is Zach, the Celtics guy, saying thank you for watching. I'll be back with more soon, and drive safely out there, and more stuff on the way. Bye for now. Peace out and have a nice day.